Welcome back, football fans, because today we are witnessing one of the most electrifying and unexpected stories of the NFL season, a story that has shaken the entire league and has Cowboys fans across the nation buzzing with excitement. ESPN recently broke the news that the Dallas Cowboys, in a move that stunned analysts and insiders alike, will see Trevon Diggs return earlier than anyone anticipated. For those who have followed the season closely, you know just how critical Diggs has been to the Cowboys' defensive identity, and his early return is already being hailed as a massive momentum shift heading into the playoffs. The timing couldn't be more dramatic, the implications couldn't be more far-reaching, and the energy around this team is suddenly electric. To understand just how monumental this is, we need to unpack the context, the impact on the Cowboys, and the ripple effects across the entire NFL playoff landscape. Trevon Diggs, the star cornerback known for his game-changing interceptions and lockdown coverage, has been a pivotal figure for the Cowboys since he entered the league. His absence due to injury earlier this season left a noticeable gap in Dallas' defensive strategy. Opposing quarterbacks had begun to exploit the secondary more aggressively, knowing that without Diggs patrolling the field, they had a better chance of stretching the defense and finding seams that previously were virtually impenetrable. Cowboys fans endured a roller coaster of emotions during his absence, watching their team win crucial games but struggling against high-powered passing offenses that seemed to pick apart the corners with troubling efficiency. The early reports of Diggs' return are, therefore, not just good news, they're a game-changer, a signal that the Cowboys' defensive resurgence may be imminent, and that the playoff trajectory of this team could be rewritten entirely. The news, first reported by ESPN and quickly amplified across social media, spread like wildfire. Analysts immediately began speculating on how this would affect the upcoming playoff matchups. Trevon Diggs is not just a cornerback, he is a defensive playmaker capable of swinging the momentum of a game with a single, well-timed interception. His knack for reading the quarterback, anticipating routes, and making aggressive, decisive plays has turned countless games in Dallas' favor. His early return signals to both fans and opponents that the Cowboys are not just hoping to make noise in the postseason, they are preparing to make a statement. As ESPN highlighted, the timing is almost cinematic. The Cowboys are hitting their stride just as the playoffs loom, and a fully healthy secondary with Diggs back at the helm changes everything. For years, the Cowboys' defense has been scrutinized for inconsistency. Injuries, lineup changes, and occasional lapses in execution have created a narrative that they are formidable but sometimes fragile. Enter Trevon Diggs, whose presence has always had a stabilizing effect, both statistically and psychologically. The defense suddenly has a leader on the field, someone who can energize teammates, communicate critical adjustments, and intimidate opposing receivers with his speed and ball skills. ESPN's report didn't just stop at confirming his return, it emphasized the psychological blow to the competition. Teams that may have planned to exploit a weaker secondary must now recalibrate, accounting for Diggs' ability to disrupt passing lanes, force turnovers, and set up the defense for game-changing stops. In short, this is not merely the return of a player, it's the return of a defensive force that can dictate the flow of the game. The Cowboys coaching staff has been tight-lipped about the specifics of Diggs' recovery timeline, but insiders suggest that the team has been carefully managing his rehabilitation to ensure he returns at peak performance. This meticulous approach underscores the importance of this moment. The Cowboys are not rushing him back for a single playoff game, they are strategically positioning their defense for a deep postseason run. This level of planning and precision is what sets elite organizations apart, and it explains why the league was taken aback when news of his early return broke. ESPN's coverage highlighted the meticulous medical protocols, strength conditioning, and tactical preparation that have gone into this comeback. For fans watching the journey unfold, it's a testament to the resilience and determination of both Diggs and the franchise, and it offers a compelling narrative as the playoffs approach. Trevon Diggs' return is also significant when viewed in the broader context of the Cowboys' roster construction. Dallas has invested heavily in building a balanced team capable of competing at the highest level. The defense, led by standout players like Diggs, Micah Parsons, and a revitalized linebacker core, is designed to complement an explosive offense. The synergy between the offense and defense is crucial in the playoffs, where games often come down to a few critical possessions and the ability to capitalize on turnovers. Diggs' presence enhances this synergy, giving quarterbacks like Dak Prescott the confidence that the defense can hold its ground and create opportunities for game-changing plays. This kind of balance is what separates playoff contenders from early exits, and the Cowboys suddenly appear to be tilting in the former category with his return. Beyond the tactical and strategic implications, there is a narrative of momentum that cannot be understated. In sports, momentum is intangible but powerful, often dictating the emotional energy of both the team and its fan base. ESPN's report touched on this, emphasizing how Diggs' early return injects a surge of optimism and belief into the locker room. Momentum in the playoffs is not just about wins and losses, it's about confidence, chemistry, and the collective mindset of the team. With Diggs back, the Cowboys are poised to ride this wave of belief, leveraging it into decisive plays, critical stops, and perhaps even unexpected upsets against higher-seeded teams. The psychological dimension of this return is as impactful as the physical presence he brings to the field. Historically, the Cowboys have had a complex relationship with the playoffs, often displaying flashes of brilliance followed by frustrating inconsistencies. Fans remember seasons where the team looked unstoppable on paper, only to falter in critical moments. The return of a player like Trevon Diggs introduces a level of stability that has been missing, a sense that this time, the Cowboys are not leaving anything to chance. ESPN's coverage emphasized the potential ripple effects. Opposing teams now must rethink game plans, recalibrate offensive strategies, and prepare for a player who has repeatedly demonstrated an uncanny ability to change games with a single decisive play. It's a narrative rich with drama, tension, and high stakes, the very elements that make playoff football the most compelling spectacle in sports. Analyzing the potential matchups, Diggs' return shifts the balance of power in several key playoff scenarios. The NFC is loaded with explosive offenses, teams capable of putting up big numbers in quick succession. Without a shutdown corner like Diggs, the Cowboys' secondary risks being overmatched in high-pressure situations. With him back, however, Dallas gains a strategic weapon capable of neutralizing top receivers, creating turnovers, and forcing quarterbacks into uncomfortable decisions. ESPN highlighted that this is more than just a statistical improvement, it is a tactical advantage, a chess move that can dictate the rhythm of a game and alter the strategy of opponents in ways that go beyond the numbers. It's precisely this kind of edge that can make the difference between a first-round exit and a deep playoff run. The reaction from the fan base has been nothing short of explosive. Social media platforms erupted almost immediately following ESPN's report, with fans expressing disbelief, excitement, and renewed hope for the Cowboys' postseason aspirations. Memes, highlight clips, and analyses flooded platforms as supporters celebrated the prospect of Diggs returning to the field. The excitement is understandable. Trevon Diggs has been a polarizing figure at times, but his talent, playmaking ability, and competitive fire are undeniable. The narrative surrounding the Cowboys is now shifting from cautious optimism to outright expectation, a dynamic that adds even more drama to the unfolding playoff story. Diggs' early return also carries a message beyond the field. It speaks to the resilience and determination of professional athletes, the intricate medical and recovery systems in place, and the calculated risk-taking that organizations must embrace in high-stakes situations. ESPN